Hey, welcome back, or welcome to 4F Beauty. When will I be YouTube famous? I don't know. But while I'm waiting for that to happen, today we've got to get ready with me using a few new items that I've had delivered, a foundation that I've used quite a few times, and a cheaper version of a high-end palette that I can't afford but still wanted the same look. So, if you want to find out which products I've used to create this beautiful pastel spring look, well, I think it's beautiful anyway, even if you don't, then you're in exactly the right place. Sit down, get a drink, get a snack, get comfy, because here comes the Get Ready With Me. Hey, welcome back from the intro. I've just basically got a few things that arrived in the post and wanted to try them all. So I thought a Get Ready With Me would be as good a way as any to do it. Now I have washed and moisturised my face, and I'm just about to pop this on, which regular viewers will know I use as my primer, because side effects of chronic pain and meds for the chronic pain means I get a very sweaty face. Now today, thankfully, it's cooled down a little bit. The last few days I haven't been able to wear a great deal of makeup at all, and if you watch my Hell Yeah Whoa No episode 3, I put a screen dump in there of just how bad the weather affected my eyeliner. Lord only knows how long I was walking around Tesco's looking that bad. Spotted it when I got back in the car. I've been walking around with Hubster and he hadn't said a word to me about the fact that my my eyeliner appeared to be going for a wander without me. So I need to have words with him about this. There are husbandly duties, and one of them is to tell the wife when her eyeliner is going up here instead of where it should be. Right. Now, I normally do this before I start filming, so it has a little bit of time to dry down. But I'm going to go bougie on you and use a fan, just like Peter Man. Except mine doesn't have Beast or By Felicia or stuff written on it. I have flowers, apparently. This was one of my mum's fans, so it means quite a lot to me, that one. Kind of makes me feel like she's here with me, even though I lost her last October. A lot of the videos you've been seeing, apart from the Hell Yeah Whoa No, which obviously I record usually the day before it goes up, because it normally takes me about 8 or 9 hours to edit it and get all the pictures and stuff in, and then exporting it takes forever. The rest of the films that you've been seeing are stuff that I've pre-filmed, because we had another death in the family. We lost Grandma, so I really wasn't in the mood for getting in front of the camera and being my usual happy, smiley, world can't get me down person. But Grandma would be telling me to stop being a daft cow and get back to what I enjoy doing. So I'm going to do as told. I'm going to use my Huda Beauty in Vanilla, which is 120B. I'm not doing a foundation wear test with this one. Let me know in the comments if you want me to get round to this in a hurry. It's on my list to do, I just haven't got there yet and fancied wearing it today. That's the consistency of it, as you can see, quite thick. I did an order recently, even though I'm in the UK, from Shop Miss A, because they do these wonder blenders, which they do ones that are shaped like the Beauty Blender, so it's completely round. And they do ones with this sheared off bit, like the Real Technique sponge, which I actually prefer. And this particular one, high def sponge, latex free, I think it was like worked out about £1.20, £1.30 in UK costs. And it makes there's some of them that they do that they give donations to an animal charity. So I'm like, yeah, I'll pay the extra few cents on and do that. But I just wanted to show you how much these grow when you wet them. Look at that. I mean, just look. And it's a lot softer than, I don't know if you can hear that. It's a lot softer than a Real Technique sponge. Now, I've not used an actual beauty blender, so I can't attest to whether it's closer to that kind of feel or not, but it's really, you can feel the air inside this one. So, be interested to see how this does with putting my foundation on. So let's scoot you in a wee bit, because I think all this blethering that I've done should have allowed time for that to soak in and dry. So, how have you been? How's life treating you? Well, I hope. I got a lovely comment on one of my videos that came up this morning in my notifications, which I must go online in a minute and reply to, from a chappy saying he'd just discovered me and that he thought I was fun and friendly and was going to now disappear and watch the rest of my videos. So, hi, you've got quite a few to look through, Mike. But, you know, hopefully you've made your way to this one by now and appreciate the shout out. I got one of my regular commenters actually comes up as Daniel, because her son really helpfully renamed her account. So, hi Kirsty. It's nice to know that you're a Kirsty and not a Daniel. As always with these, I always start in the middle of my face and work out, because people see the middle of your face first. Now, one thing I must warn people: if you have got sensitive skin or you react badly to perfumes in products, you are not going to like this Huda foundation. It is very, very perfumed. You do tend to find this with the higher end foundations, because they're trying to cover the kind of chemical foundation-y smell. They put smells into the actual foundation itself. Now, fortunately, I used to have sensitive skin when I was younger. It used to be awful. I couldn't wear makeup for more than I couldn't wear makeup 2 days in a row because my skin was so sensitive to it. So whether it's a case of, well, I know my skin's less sensitive now because of, I can use product on it that I was never able to use before. But I also think that obviously makeup in itself has improved in formula over the years. A lot of them are made now so that people with sensitive skin can use them. Whereas back in the 80s, yeah, I'm that old. It really wasn't something that a lot of companies thought about. I know this looks really, really light, but let me just zoom you out a minute. If you compare it to my chest, you can actually see that it is the right colour for me. And this does oxidise a little bit. Not a huge amount, but it does oxidise a bit through the day, I've noticed. So feels like it's going to bounce off over here somewhere. Still getting used to it. I'm so used to my slightly firmer Real Technique sponge. I don't know whether it's just me needing to get used to the new texture or whether it's just this foundation doesn't like this sponge, but it feels like it's taking more effort today to get this to blend. Could just be me having a bad day. Probably is just me having a bad day. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done any makeup on camera because I just wasn't in the filming mood. Thank the Lord for pre-filming, huh? The only videos that do tend to go up straight away are my Hell Yeahs and Woe Knows, because obviously that's new makeup coming out. There's no point sitting on that because otherwise it'll be out and forgotten about by the time I put the video up. I also got this egg cup thing, like to store your blender in, and when it dries. When it dries, from Shop Missy. How cute is that? Sorry, I digress. What was I saying? Oh yeah, videos that go up straight away. So yeah, the Hell Yeahs and Woe Knows go up straight away. And if there's new foundation releases or new palette releases, like when I got the Jeffree Blood Sugar, when I got the Makeup Revolution Fast Base foundation stick and their Pro range, those go up pretty much straight away so that you can be aware and make your decision about whether you wish to partake your money. Right, let's zoom you in a wee bit. Oh, sorry. Right, using my double-ended flat foundation and concealer brush, which appears to be doing this at you today. At the moment, Boots have got, I don't know whether they're phasing 17 out as a brand, which will be very disappointing if they are, because as you know, my favourite eyeliner at the moment is their Tattoo Me one. But a lot of their stuff is reduced in price. Now, whether they are going to be rebranding, whether they're changing the design of the packaging, or whether they're actually phasing this range out, I don't know, but whip over to Boots now, you can make a killing. I picked up this 4 paint in Fair, which is a hardcore concealer to wage war on under eye circles. As you can see, I have not even tested it for colour. Look at that. Put this creamy formula under eyes to blend in, get concealed, get gorgeous. Gorgeous. So I'll grab some on the smaller end. It's a very firm formula. As you can see, I'm pushing quite hard there and not really getting a huge amount. It's not like it's digging a hole in it, so let's just, it's slightly darker than the foundation at the moment. That's a good start. I don't like when it pulls on your under eyes like this one is doing. But I guess if I put it on with my finger and it warmed it up a little bit, it would not tug as much, but I'd poke my eyes out with these nails. So that's not going to happen. So let's give that a bit of a pat out and see what we think. Well, it's doing quite a good job of covering those dark circles up, I will admit. Yeah, that's not doing badly at all. A little bit on those little dimples. Everyone always forgets these little bits just on the inside of your eye there, but they really do go quite dark. Just putting a little bit on there. Yeah, I quite like that. Yeah, that's not bad. Right, I'm going to go into my Colourpop Fair 00 concealer, which is completely white, and you'll see why I'm using this when you see which eyeshadow palette I'm using today. So let's just plop some of this up here. So I might put a little bit underneath there, as it is a little bit lighter than, or a little bit darker than the foundation that I'm using. Just give it a little bit of help. It's been super hot here recently. I don't mind hot weather when it warms up slowly, so you've got time to get acclimatised to it. But it pretty much doubled in temperature overnight almost. And you know, when you have chronic pain and you take meds for chronic pain, which make you sweat a lot anyway, and kind of raise your core body temperature, suddenly going from sort of 15, 16 degrees up to 30, it's a bit much. So I'm going to try something different today. I saw Yuki do this, where she didn't set the concealer on her eyes and just went straight in with the colour, because she said that she found that that gave her a better impact of colour. So I'm going to give that a try. You watch me set my eyelids now just automatically. Oh dear. One of the problems that comes with fibromyalgia, which is just one of the myriad of things that I've got, that's where this body's falling apart, is fibro fog, which is why you'll probably find that I repeat myself sometimes, or forget what I'm saying, or say I'm not going to do something and then do it, or say I'm going to do something and forget. I still cannot believe that there was a time that I didn't. There was a video out where I actually forgot to put highlighter on, because you'll know how much I like my highlighter. As always, I'm using a face wipe because I deep clean my brushes, probably not as often as I should, every couple of weeks usually. But anytime I use creams on a brush or any kind of liquids, I always clean them off on a face wipe, because it means if you're going to use the brush again tomorrow, you don't have any dried product. So if you're using a different foundation or different concealer, you don't get any a kind of contamination almost from the other concealer or whatever other liquid or cream you're using. And it also makes the deep clean that much quicker, because I mean, it's so much easier to clean them when the product is still wet on the bristles than it is after they've dried. Okay, I'm going to zoom you back out again for a minute. Woo, there we go. And I got a new powder to try. I've actually got a couple, but the one that I'm going to use today is this, again, I got from Shop Miss A. And it's the Perfect Brightening powder. I already took the plastic sheet off of this because you didn't want to see me spend half an hour trying to peel that blooming thing off, did you? So, big fluffy brush. Don't set your lids, Ange. Don't set your lids, Ange. Don't set your lids, Ange. I'm just going to set underneath my eyes there, just to try and stop that concealer from creasing. It's one of the problems that I have. Although I've got oily combo skin, I do have dry skin under my eyes, where I'm getting on a bit now. And that, combined with age and stuff, does mean that I do get creasing under my eyes quite a bit from different concealers, so I do have to set them. There's not a concealer I found that I don't have to set. So now getting my kabuki. It's actually my travel kabuki from Real Techniques. I like this because I can slide the collar up and it makes it even more dense for when I'm actually pushing the powder onto my nose, because my nose is the hardest place on my face for me to actually keep foundation on it. So I'm just pushing that powder onto the nose and making sure to get it in that little crease down there, just so it gives the foundation as much a chance as possible of actually staying on my face. Because let's face it, when you've gone to all this trouble to look fabulous, the last thing you want is for it all to fade off too quick. Just going to set the rest of my face. You can see that this foundation has already gone a little bit darker. It tends to, on me at least, darken by 1 or 2 shades. But it's much easier to bronze up a foundation that's too light than it is to try and sort one out that's too dark. So, as always, I stipple first so that I don't move the foundation until it's set, although this does dry down to quite a nice set, to be honest. And then I swipe. Okay. There we go. This is quite a nice little dinky pot as well. It's not too huge, it'd be great for travelling, but you do still get 7 grams in there, so that's quite good. By contrast, you get 35 grams in the lace powder, the e.l.f. powder, the e.l.f. Mineral Glow that I'd used. You get net weight is 99 grams. So I don't know if that includes the actual pot though. That might include the pot. So, but that's really nice for good travel size. Powder. Base products. Which base products am I going to use today? I think I'll go into one of my favourite bronzers, which is the GRWM Off the Glow Light bronzer. You can see I've barely even made a dent in this, and it is the one that I use the most. It's just a really nice bronzer. It's not too warm, doesn't go too orange. It's way more blended than it looks on camera, or at least on the viewfinder of the camera. I say that sometimes, and then when I'm editing it back, I'm like, well, it looks fine. What was I talking about? But obviously, I'm looking at my viewfinder over here. Otherwise, you'd have a whole video of me doing this, which not quite so good. But yeah, at least it has cooled down a bit. Otherwise, I'd have to have the fan on again, like I did with the Hell Yeah Won't I. I was so worried when I recorded that you weren't going to be able to hear me, because one of the comments I get most is, "Oh my God, you're so quiet. Yes, I can hardly hear you." And I'm like, well, sorry. At the moment, I'm having to rely on the microphone that comes with the camera. I've not got the spare moolah to buy a separate microphone, but as soon as I can, then obviously I will do, and then hopefully you'll be able to hear everything. Right, again, this is my go-to blush. It's my Tarte Exposed. It's just such a really lovely, soft colour. It's the colour I go when I do blush, which I don't do that often now. I used to get embarrassed about a lot of things, and now I'm just like, meh, whatever. Right, let's get on with the brows. Let's zoom you in again. Got my little spoolie. Just to brush through and get them into roughly where I want them. And then Regular viewers knows what's coming. It's my Essence. Come on, focus, do your job. There we go. Pencil in dark brown. So, if you want me to use a pomade, I think I've still got one lying around somewhere. From the disastrous attempts I made last year at the old Instagram brow. Looked like a 4-year-old had attacked me with a Sharpie. And I went out of the house like it as well. Please. I much prefer just... I'm lucky my brows are actually coming back from the over plucking of the 90s, finally. And also medication that I was on was affecting my hair. It was making the hair on my head fall out. My eyebrows and my eyelashes were getting a lot thinner, to the point that I couldn't put false eyelashes on at all, because when I took them off, no matter how careful I was, they were ripping my natural lashes out. But since changed the meds, I'm not on that one anymore, and thankfully my hair seems to be coming back to what it was, which is good. I said to my husband, if it keeps going thin like this, I'm just going to shave the whole thing off. Which I think scared him a bit, because he knows I'm very impulsive. I'm likely just to go and grab his clippers and zzz. Not sure how keen my brother and soon-to-be sister-in-law would be though. Photographs for their wedding in September could be quite interesting. Yeah. Now, this is my sister-in-law. She regularly shaves her head, so she looks like a boiled egg. Promise Ian and Sarah, I'm not going to turn up looking like a boiled egg at your wedding. Promise. Right, I'm just going to zoom you back out a minute. Now, I'm going to put a picture here. If I just lean it sideways a minute, of the Strobe Cosmetics Creepy Cute palette, which I really want. But my bank balance keeps saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, just no. So, Sleek came to my rescue. This is one of their Eye Divine range. I've got quite a few of their Eye Divine range palettes. This is their Whimsical Wonderland collection. And this one's called All the Fun of the Fair. If I can get the... This is the only problem with it. Well, I say problem. I can never get the blooming things open. There we go, look. Look! Pastels! Which is why I'm... Okay, that's on the floor. It's only one of those sponge tipped things anyway. So... I'm going to give that a go today, which is why I've tried the Yuki tip of not setting my eyes. Yep, they're still slightly tacky, so apparently that's what you need. So you're going to get dizzy. I'm going to zoom you in again. There we go. I have got my colour switch ready for changing colours. And let's have a play with some eyeshadow. I might try doing the lid first and then smoking through the crease afterwards, actually. Might go about it a slightly different way today. Just cleaning one of my brushes off. I had to clean my colour switch the other day, because where I've used the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar so often, because they are so pigmented, when I was cleaning my brushes they were all coming out with bits of red on them, which shows you the pigment in his eyeshadows. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with Hooker Duck, which is lemon. It does actually kick up quite a bit, as you can see. But then most sleek palettes do. Oh, look at that creasing, sort the creasing out. See what I mean about what happens when I don't set my eyeshadow, my concealer? That's what I get. So, I'm just going to try stamping that on the first bit of my lid just here. I feel like I should be playing you some music or something. I run out of things to talk about sometimes on these. If you've got any questions you want to ask me, just pop them in the comments section below, and I will try and answer them in my next one of these. It'll give me some things to answer as well when I forget, when I run out of things to actually say to you. Well, this is definitely going on nicely, lovely buttercuppy yellow. Remember when I went to my mate's wedding, Chris and Helen? Chris's nickname was Duck, and they'd had this hooker duck thing at the at the wedding venue, and depending on what number was at the bottom of the duck, you got given a photograph of either Chris or Helen when they were younger, which I thought was a great idea, really did. Right, let's clean the lemon off of that brush, and which colour do I want to go into? I think I'll go into Twister, which is a peachy colour. Just pop that as the next bit. It's really difficult doing this side because obviously I can't close this one where I'm blinding it, so I can't see what I'm doing. So I kind of had to tilt my head back and just have very blurred vision while I'm tapping the brush on my eye. That was actually one of the questions that I got, not on YouTube but from a friend of mine who was watching these, and they were like, so how come you're blind in one eye? What's that all about then? Because it doesn't show at the front. And I can tell light and shade, so you know, if I had this eye closed and was standing in front of a window with this eye, and you stood in front of it, I could tell you that there was something there. Couldn't tell you colours, couldn't tell you what it was or who it was or how many fingers you're holding up or anything like that. Basically, when I was younger, I had a lazy eye, or a turn in the eye as they called it back then, where this eye looked at my nose. You'll very often find, if I'm unwell or I'm very tired or I'm in an awful lot of pain, you'll see that this eye does still swing in towards the nose slightly. And they did all kinds of things when I was a kid at school, including putting a patch over the bad eye, thinking if we, you know, kept that completely in the dark for 3 weeks, that when they took it off, the eye would then start seeing properly, and it never worked. And the eyesight at the time in that eye was like I was seeing everything underwater. Everything was all slightly blurry, but I could still see colours. I'm going to go into, I think, Shoot the Shoots, which is a lovely spring green. Yeah, so I had glasses for distance work, so like reading stuff off of the blackboard or watching TV or, you know, anything like that. But for close work, I didn't need glasses, so I was constantly glasses on to read the blackboard, glasses off to do the work, glasses on to read the blackboard. This is definitely making me want an ice cream now. Loving these. Really liking these. I like the sleek formula for their eyeshadows anyway. They're very, very finely milled. And I'm quite liking this, how much brightness of colour I'm getting with these, where I'm not setting the concealer. But I will reserve judgment on whether how much I like it when I see how the crease blends out. Yeah, so I was kind of, just didn't think too much of it, just got on with life, still played rugby and everything. Because my granddad was blind in both eyes, because after he broke his neck and walked around with a broken neck for 3 weeks before he finally went to the doctors with it. We're very stubborn in my family. When he'd broken his neck, they thought it had damaged the optic nerve as well. By the time he'd gone to see someone, it was too late to do anything about it. Plus, it was the 70s, so you know, medication and medical advancement is not what it is today. What do we think? Do we like that? I quite like that. Right, I'm going to get a fluffier brush, and I'm going to go into this beautiful lilac called Dodgems. I'm going to have a go at putting that through the crease and see how that blends. Yeah, my granddad was like, you know, just because you're blind in one eye, it doesn't mean you can stop doing things. You can still enjoy life, you can still do whatever you want. The only thing that men can do that you can't is write their name in the snow without their hands. And that was my granddad's attitude to it all. So I played rugby and all that fun stuff. And I woke up one morning when I was about 13 and suddenly realised I wasn't seeing with that eye at all. Literally just the difference between light and dark was all I was seeing. Didn't say anything to my mum, didn't want to worry her. And then she collared me about a week later, wanting to know why I'd not taken my glasses to school with me. Because the eyesight in my right eye was absolutely fine, so I found that once the eyesight had gone in my left eye, I found that using the glasses at school was giving me really bad headaches because I just didn't need it for the eye that I could actually see with, so I'd stopped taking them, but I'd forgotten that they weren't in my school bag. My mum's like, right, why haven't you been wearing your glasses? So I told her, and she whipped me over the ophthalmic, and basically they said, oh, well, there's not much we can do about it, you're just stuck like it now. You don't need glasses, basically, just chuck them away. And I didn't need to have any more. My sight was then exactly the same until I was about 25. And then I was working in an office that had no natural daylight at all on computer screens, and these were not the computer screens of now. This is the CRT, the deep backed computer screens that, you know, if you do that across the front of it with your hand, it flickered. And then that was the point that my eyesight in this eye was affected because it was getting strained from 9 hours a day in front of a computer screen with no natural daylight. So I now have a contact lens for that eye, which I wear most of the time, but every now and again I'll stick my glasses on, give my eye a break from the contact lens. Or if I know I'm going somewhere it's going to be particularly, you know, sort of windy, like if I go to the coast, I'll normally put my contact lens in, make sure I've got dark glasses because of sand getting in my eye. I've always got, in the car, I've got a spare set of clear dark glasses and a spare set of prescription lenses, so if I have to take my contact lens out when I'm out at any time, I can still legally drive. So, yeah, that's the story of why I don't see my eye anymore. I've got to admit, I really quite like this. I am looking like a Neapolitan ice cream, and I don't care. Right, what colour shall I put underneath my eye? That's actually shutting my right eye and trying to look at it honestly. What am I like? I quite like that. Yeah. So I think I'll go into Ferris wheel, which is a lovely aqua blue. Come on, do your job, focus. Okay. I'm just going to smudge that under the bottom lashes and kind of flicking it up at the ends there. There's a little bit of fallout from this, but I shall see how well that dusts away in just a moment. So I am really liking this. This is such a soft, springy, summery, most unlike my usual dark and dramatic or bright and bold looks. Let's see how well that sweeps away, because I am starting to get a bit warm, so that can obviously affect how well stuff goes. What do we think? We like? I like. So, this definitely gets a seal of approval from me. I have got a new eyeliner to try, which is this 17 High Drama, come on, there we go, Intense liquid eyeliner. What I might do is actually grab this palette back and just use that mirror in it, so I can see what I'm doing, because I've not got my contact lens in at the moment. So trying to do that on the viewfinder at the moment, we're going to end up with a mess. So this is one of those, like a felt tip nib, so it's not flexible like a brush, like the tattoo liner is. But I know some people prefer this style and find it easier. As always, I kind of draw with the tip and then colour in with the side of it to try and keep the tip as sharp as possible for as long as possible. This is going on quite easily, quite nicely. Not too dry, so it's not tugging on the skin very much. Oh, sorry, disappearing off screen again. I've just smudged the outside edge of it. Great. Looks like we're having a thick liner day, folks. Channeling Amy Winehouse. I'll tidy that up in a bit with some concealer. This eye is always so much easier to do. Because I can literally just close it. And it does make a lot of difference when you're applying eyeliner. Right, I'm going to pause you a minute while I sort out this side and I'll be right back. I'm back. I fixed it. Right, let's see you out. Before I put my mascara on, I like to do my highlight. I'm going to use this MUA Prism Loose Highlighter in Star Illusion. So I'm going to get my little brush. Zoomed you out too soon, didn't I? And pop a bit of that just on the inner corner. Bringing it round to meet that shade there. And then pop a little bit under the brow bone just to help give that a bit of lift. Sorry if you can hear that, it's a dustbin bin outside. And that was all the bottles from the party. Right, let's zoom you out a minute. And just using my teardrop brush, pop a bit of highlighter down my nose, a little bit on my chin, a little bit she says, a lot of it on my chin. I keep forgetting with loose highlighter that you pick up a lot. See what I mean? Just as well I'm not afraid of highlighter, huh? It's really pretty highlighter, this one. What's your favourite pastel eyeshadow? I would love to have got Pastel Goth by Kat Von D. As usual, I was skint when it launched, and by the time I had the money to buy it, you couldn't get it anywhere. Typical. Absolutely typical. Right, another one of these new to me, but obviously been around quite a while. 17 Va Va Voom Blackest Black Volume Mascara. I had someone comment on the way that I pronounce some of my words. I'm half Welsh, half Yorkshire, so sometimes things I say can sound very northern and sometimes they can sound very Welsh, so I apologise for that. That's what the brush looks like on this. So let's get you zoomed in and see what it's like. As always, I wiggle it into the base of the lashes and just blink through. I find I poke myself in the eye much less when I do it that way. Sorry if you can hear my phone vibrating. I'm in the middle of a group chat. Quite like this mascara. I mean, this is just one dip in the pot. I've not gone back in at all. And I've done both eyes. It doesn't appear to be clumping. I know there's a whole range of mascaras out there. Like the manga mascaras. I think it's L'Oreal's got the manga range. It could be Maybelline. It's one of the two. I'm sure it's L'Oreal. Where they're designed to make your lashes kind of clump together, but that's not a look that I like. If you do, then fab, and this isn't the mascara for you. Right. One last new thing to try. GRWM have bought out. I'm still waiting. This is the thing that annoys me. I ordered on the Revolution site, which used to be Tan Beauty. And a week ago, I ordered an eyeshadow palette and a highlighter. 7 days later, after taking my money, they still haven't shipped my items. The next day, I ordered some lipsticks from Superdrug, from Tan. It's from the I Heart Revolution range, so still Revolution Beauty. Lipsticks have arrived. I love the Revolution makeup, but I hate ordering from the Revolution site because it always takes them so damn long. And when I've got a YouTube channel and I don't get PR, the closest I've got to PR is a friend of a friend does Avon, and if you look back, you'll see a mystery box that I did, and she has messaged me. That reminds me, I need to sort out because she's got me a second mystery box ready, so yay. But I don't get sent PR to try. Everything you see me use, I've either bought myself, it's been gifted to me, or I've borrowed it from a friend to review on here for you. So for me to get things recorded, edited, exported, uploaded, tagged and made live, that all takes time, particularly when I can't guarantee that when the stuff arrives I'm going to be in a day where I've got enough energy, enough spoons, look at Spoony Life, that'll explain spoons for you, and low enough pain levels for me to be able to film. Because I can tell you right now, I'm in absolute agony. I took a break after I'd sorted this. I took a 15-20 minute break because my energy levels were through the roof. And then I came back and I finished it off. You don't see that because I paused you, and it's going to be instantaneous for you. So, but it really frustrates me. You know, I'm trying to get this stuff reviewed so that you, my viewers, can decide whether or not you want to buy something. And here we are, a week after it's launched. I'm disabled. I can't just go to Superdrug and pick one up. I have to rely on Superdrug or Revolution Beauty. Oh, anyway, this is from their Mystical Mermaids range, and it's called Aquadisiac. It's the weirdest shaped lipstick. Look at that. And as you can see, oh, it smells like the wax crayons from when I was a kid at school. It genuinely smells like Crayola crayons. Oh, you know that? That kind of fruity, flowery, waxy smell. Okay, that's made me happy. Right, apparently this is meant to change colour when it goes on your lips. It's really pretty actually. It's got sort of like mermaid scales engraved all around the bullet. And the bullets are really weird shape. Normally they're flat, not curved up like that. So let's zoom you in. Can I tilt you down a little bit? Oh, yes I can. Which means I can bring it a little bit closer. There we go. Let's see what colour this actually turns out as on my face. In fact, pause the video and comment down there what colour you think this is going to turn on my lips. This feels so weird. So weird. Quite good for getting into your Cupid's bow though, that weird shape. Oh, that's a very 80s pink, isn't it? You can actually see on the bullet there, look, where I've obviously run it back across and some of the lipstick's transferred back onto the bullet. Right, let's zoom you out. Oh, I don't zoom you out. And tilt you back up again. Oh, technical stuff and me is never a good combination. Right, it's now time for setting spray. I'm going to go for the Revolution Pro Fix Oil Control and I'll liberally douse my face. This is such an 80s look I've got going on right now. Most people would stop there. I'm not most people. Because I like my makeup to, say it with me, stay put. Right, I'm going to do something with my hair. I'll be straight back. Don't go nowhere now. I'm back. So, there we go. This is the finished result of all of these new bits and pieces. And let's see if I can get... I'm not very good at juggling, as you can tell. Let's see if I can get all of these in one hand so I can pick up the foundation in the other one. So, this, how's that? Is what we've created with all these new bits and pieces. So what do I think of all of them? Hoodra I've used before, love it. Super high coverage, very high fragrance, though, so be careful if you've got sensitive skin. Wall paint, really good coverage of the dark under eye circles, but I did need to lighten it up a little bit, but then I get that with a lot of concealers because I am so pale. Brightening powder from AOA, beautiful job. Eyeliner and mascara from 17, yep, love them both. Colour changing lipstick from Revolution, really like this, giving me a very, very 80s vibe. And this palette, if you can't afford the, she said, going onto her phone quickly, hoping you don't notice, the Strobe Cosmetics Creepy Cute palette. It's that fibre thing again, I completely forget who the bloody manufacturer is. So if you can't afford the Creepy Cute palette, I'll put another picture there for you just to remind you. And you haven't got Kat Von D's Pastel Goth, this is a really good choice, a really good option. Again, it's their Whimsical Wonderland, all the fun of the fair. Okay. So, that's quite enough for me for one day. I've now got, got to go and edit this now. Oh, I've got to film an intro first. Alright, I hope you found this enjoyable and that you found my blethering feedback helpful. If you did, perhaps you'd like to hit that like button, or if you're one of my haters, you go hit that dislike button, you do you. Subscribe, hit that bell notification, leave me some comments if you've got any questions you want to ask me, want me to answer on my next video. And how did you do with guessing the colour? Did you know it was going to be this kind of frosty light pink? Or did you guess a different colour? Let me know. Alright, take care, and I hope the rest of your day is fabulous. Bye for now.